Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me is Ben Ryder.
Oh, you didn't. I knew you were gonna not do it.
Ben Man?
Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider. There it is.
Kamen Rider. Ben Man.
We read
Ben.
Yeah, Ben Man. We read Kamen Rider.
We read the original
manga.
Shotaro Ishinomori.
Was
Rider.
Was this all of it? Like this section or whatever?
I think so.
Okay. I mean, there was a lot.
But the big giant volume. This is the only thing. This is all that exists in English. This is the big omnibus thing they put out. Just not that long ago.
What year is it?
A couple years, I think.
71 is when it started.
Yeah.
It was all right. It was 800 pages of
Look, he gets on a motorcycle, he kicks people, their arms fly off.
I'll be real. He fucking stabbed a dude through through his chest with a giant cross from a cemetery, and he peaked. And that was like early. That fucking image is burned into my brain.
Yeah, I think it's very funny that he fights Man Spider and then Man Bat because he's the new hot superhero. Fucking get out of here, Spider-Man and Batman. Kamen Rider's here to fucking get your ass.
Dude, the names killed me. Moray Eel Man, not just Eel Man. Like the full. It's not just Bear Man. It's like Grizzly Bear Man. You know, the full thing.
Look, they're superhero characters. That's what you do.
I guess. I was completely. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, but it still blindsided me with some of the twists we got. Like
when Kamen Rider gets fucking shot to death.
Yeah, when he just dies, but then he's like kind of fine, sort of. He's still talking anyway.
He's a brain in a jar for a while.
Yeah.
I've told you why that happened, right?
Probably, but that doesn't mean I remember.
Because the actor on the television show got in a motorcycle accident.
Oh shit.
So they'd had to replace him for a while, and then he came back on the show too.
Wait,
eventually.
was this?
That's why they're two Kamen Riders eventually.
Was this like a simultaneous thing?
I think it was.
I thought
simultaneous.
I thought it was like manga, and then later the show started or whatever.
I think the show started first.
Oh wow! Okay. Wow, my timeline was way off.
According to this Wikipedia article, I'm currently reading.
Hell yeah.
I think, or no, that can't be right. I think the show started in. I want to say. I thought the show started in 73. But I think I'm just wrong. I think the show started in 71. Let me see. Yeah. I'm just wrong. Do I have like a month? Can I get like a month here?
Nope. No month.
April 3rd, 1971 for the show.
Okay, and the first volume of this was April 15th, 1972.
Yeah.
Interesting. So. Okay.
Like, basically concurrent.
Yeah. Oh, it's just wild that I didn't know that. I guess that's what they say about assuming things.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, and then the show just rolled into, like, the next series where another Kamen Rider takes over. from these two guys.
Sure. I mean,
And then continues on forever.
Yeah. Honestly, like, the thing that was not that it was bad by any means, but it's just like, it's there. It didn't really stand out in any way, you know?
Well, so the thing I would remind you is, like, I do think this stands out in terms of the craft, like, from that Batman manga we read, in terms of style and, like, pacing of stories and, like, storytelling and stuff.
Sure. Yeah. I can see that.
Like, this is more drawn out. Like, there's way more focus on, like, giant pages of just an action thing happening. Like, there's so many just spread pages of just Kamen Rider on a motorcycle or whatever.
Yeah, there was some
or
great
him, like,
shots.
doing a jump.
Yeah.
Because, like, to me, like, the enduring legacy of this Kamen Rider is making kids want to do poses and, like, jumping off stuff and hurting themselves.
I will say, oh man, I got it. Don't let me forget about talking about the wind thing. Reading this
That's
definitely.
why he's on his belt. There's a little fan.
Yeah. This definitely gave me a greater appreciation for, what the hell is the standing character in One Punch Man? Is it Mugen Rider? I think it's Mugen Rider. Is
Probably.
like his replacement, except it's literally just a completely average dude on a bike. Like, he just rides a bike and he handles, like, low level shit, but everybody like, he's like the most popular hero. Like, there's people that are doing Superman shit. There's, like, all these crazy people, and he's, like, easily the most popular, and he's just, like, saving cats and stuff. And just how he's handled I haven't read that manga, but in the show, like, that's way funnier now. Like, that improved that whole thing, which is great. I guess I thought he was just more of a dude. I didn't know that. I thought it was more of a Batman situation. I didn't know that, like, he had the enhanced body and stuff. So that was pretty cool. His scar thing.
No, he's a cyborg,
cool.
like 8-Man.
Yeah,
8-Man.
I vaguely
Also
yeah.
cyborg. That was the Superman analog. The guy who did the Batman manga we read did before that, where it was just Superman, but he was just like a robot. He was a cyborg too.
Gotcha.
So when I saw that, I was just funny. Like, Japan just loves cyborgs. They're just into it.
They're pretty cool.
They're pretty cool.
I felt a little bad reading this, and oh man, I'm blanking on the.
But also,
main
like you
character's
kind
name.
of see, like, he's like Spider-Man-y and he's insect-like, but also he's Batman-y in terms of just not fucking around. I don't know.
What's the? Oh yeah, no, totally. That's not why I meant. I felt bad for the character. Why can't I think of what's Kamen Rider's fucking name? Hongo. Our Kamen Rider number 1, Hongo, and then what's his name?
Hayato Ichimonji.
I felt bad for specifically Hongo when he wakes up as a cyborg and shit, and he realizes that, like, what is it? Whenever I forget, is it just angry, or whenever he's getting, like, emotional, his scars show up?
Yeah.
Excited, I guess.
Like that.
Excited, good or bad, I suppose.
Yeah, feeling emotions, because he's kind of he's way more stoic than the second Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Like, as a character.
I felt bad because, like, on the page he's like, oh my god, these scars and, like, my humanity and all that stuff, and it's hideous and and I'm like, this is drawn so cool. Like, man, what a great design. Aw. Poor bastard.
Yeah.
And there is, like, I don't know, like, the tragedy of it and shit. I think,
Yeah.
you know, early on when he's dealing with, like, the strength, and he's, like, fucking stuff up unintentionally, like, That was pretty good. I like that because
Yeah, there's some pathos there.
he's not fucking used to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a neat thing. I'm so used to seeing like Superman and Spider-Man and whatever other like super powerful characters like just being used to it, so that they're doing shit normally. We can just assume they've adjusted, but like once in a while, I like watching someone have to deal with the fact that they're now like way beyond human.
Just like that's just origin story stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. I feel like even the Spider-Man origin stuff I've seen, though, like, he's not breaking shit or hurting people accidentally, is he? That I've seen, like, in the movies.
I mean, when he's like relearning his powers in Spider-Man 2, he hurts his back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was done well here.
Yeah. I mean, I think the thing that makes this stand out is the violence.
Just that he's going
that, like,
fucking right for it.
Yeah, like he like rips off Man Spider's arms. He like karate chops
dude.
Man Spider and his arms fly off.
My favorite part of Beowulf.
It's just like, yeah, of course kids love this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, this is the violence kids crave. It's like, he is not thinking twice about just fucking destroying. He stabs that that man bat with a cross.
Dude, that,
And he's like, you were a victim like me, but get got.
yeah.
But I'm built different.
That whole fucking sequence of going to the graveyard and he's like, we're dealing with like they're also victims, but he like fucking, and it's like a giant cross, like it's a gravestone cross,
Yes.
and he fucking rips it out of the ground and stabs it through the chest, like annihilates this man bat's chest. Like,
Yeah.
ultimately, that's what I got out of this manga. Like, that alone was worth it. I just was hoping we'd get another something that hit as hard for me. But like, if it was it just happened to be early on, whatever. Oh god,
I really like that they pit him up against 12 other Kamen Riders.
12
after
other
that,
Kamen
though.
Riders was pretty good.
The way he wins is he convinces one of them to become the new Kamen Rider. He gets fucking murdered.
Yeah. Man, I'll say, I find the idea of the wind being the source of his power cool as a very general concept, but the fact that he needs to be going fast.
Go fast. It's like Sonic.
Yeah,
He has to power up. That's how he.
I don't like that. That's
it's
how he.
literally just. Why does he have to ride? You have to make him ride the motorcycle. Riding the motorcycle is the thing.
I could have thought, as someone born 20 years after this started, I could think of way better reasons to have him ride a motorcycle.
The way you start is he has to ride the motorcycle, then why does he have to ride the motorcycle?
There was a panel very early on, and the motorcycle made way more sense to me because based on how the motorcycle looked in the shot that we had initially and the Kamen Rider design, I thought the motorcycle was his suit. And I was like, that's fucking cool. And that is not at all what happened. And then I was kind of let down.
Like his suit is in there.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
His suit is not
I guess thinking
because you have to have Kamen Rider riding the motorcycle.
Thinking on it, it's not. Why would you have him ride a motorcycle when you could just be a motorcycle? It'd be like, vroom, vroom, I'm Kamen Rider.
Because you're making a TV show in the 70s, you can't have him be a motorcycle.
Yeah, you can. Just fucking.
The point is you're putting a person in a costume on a motorcycle. That's the whole gimmick of your show. It's wild that dude in a costume riding a motorcycle is like, that's the biggest superhero in Japan. Bug guy riding motorcycle, and he just bam.
I guess it's not like thinking on it. It's not the fact that he has to be going fast to power up. It's how often they cock block him out of actually doing it. I want to see him go fast and power up, but for the sake of the story, we need to have him not be able to do that to cause tension. And that's lame because I want to see him go fast. When he fell,
They cock blocked him that much. But.
It felt like it was every other story. He was fucking like issue of the week over. It's not even enemies. He can beat the shit out of the enemies, but they made him too powerful. So now they got to stop him from going fast. Though, I just like also creative solutions are really fun with it though. Like which one was it? Who dropped him? Was that Man-Bat? Someone dropped him and he went fast enough falling to power up. That was fucking good.
Yeah, that was Man-Bat.
That made me very happy.
Yeah, like the Man-Bat story, that's definitely probably the highlight.
It's also just, they shoved all the good shit in there. Not all of it, but.
So that then, like, the only way to, like, follow it up is all right, now he's going to fight 12 identical versions of himself.
Yeah.
That's how hard we have to go to step it up after that.
Man, and it got real, like, that fucking, why did, I'm thinking, I'm trying to just remember, like, other stuff from later on, because a lot of it sort of is blurred. This is what we get for not doing it, like, 3 seconds after I finished reading.
I was ready.
I know. My life was not.
Yeah.
What, like, they really, it got to be a bit of a downer, like, when that kid had leukemia.
That's true.
Rough.
We have to get a scientist to save the kid. Oh, wait, we
don't.
forgot. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah. Like, we had to kill him? Really? And they show, like, he's covered with a sheet. I'm like, this is fucking grim.
It's 1970s edge, baby.
And, like, I feel bad. I need to ask this question. It wasn't like was it a kid that we knew? Was it like the kid that they were following the whole time?
I mean, it's a kid that was introduced in that story.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. But that made me just kind of not care.
Yeah.
Like, there's no...
I don't think it's important.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, no, I didn't... Because there
but
was
it
that
is the
other...
thing, like... The thing that, like, it distinguishes the second Kamen Rider, Hayato, is, like, that he's, like, making friends with people. Like, he's actually able to, like, be a person in a way that, Hongo wasn't. It doesn't, like, really come to anything. It's just the way the story is just different in the later half.
Sure. Hey, Hongo gets to live vicariously through him.
Uh-huh. Whispering in his ear while he's having sex.
Hey, guy.
I can't even.
Terrible. So the dude, I had one question. The big robot at the end, big machine.
Mm-hmm.
Is he being controlled? He's being, like, controlled by a Shocker, right? He's not the end. Or was he the end for this story? Like, he was the end for the volume that we read. But, like, that's not it, right? For Shocker, anyway.
No, I think Shocker just keeps going. I don't know if there's an end.
Okay. As yeah,
like, I know at some point Kamen Rider's not, like, literally following up from thing to thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I guess that's more what I was.
They're kind of continuity resets or whatever, or like in like different. Although they are, because they do these giant crossover movies where they'll bring back, like, every Kamen Rider that's ever been for, like, a movie special.
Sure.
And also they'll use those to introduce the one that's gonna like coming up next too. I think.
Oh.
But like Kamen Rider as like a franchise, it's all over the place. So, like tonally, like they will go super dark. They will go super kid friendly. It's mostly about selling toys still, I think, but they will go harder on the edge and sometimes, I think. Again, I've only really watched one other series, and that's a much more like upbeat, kid-friendly one.
What year is that one from?
The 2000s.
Okay. Yeah, so way newer. But
Forza
not, like,
is 2011.
Yeah, okay. That's yeah.
Yeah. And that one's where it takes place in like the theming is like it's American in quotes high school, like American style. So they do American style tropes. And also it's like
great.
a space themed high school.
Hell yeah.
So that Kamen Rider his head is shaped like a spaceship.
Is this the one that you
It's
were
all spaceship thing.
Is this the one that you were watching recently that you were super high on?
Yeah.
What is it?
Because that's the only other one I watched. Because this is the one.
okay,
That's the one I've heard is the one.
Gotcha.
From
I mean, yeah, that sounded
people
fun.
I trusted on that who probably haven't watched all of them, but yeah.
I mean, it's like Gundam. Why would I waste time?
Yeah.
I mean, I like having this as a base. I did feel like the meme where it's like the dude who's like asking a crowd of people. He's like, "Who's ready to watch Shin Kamen Rider?" And it's me raising my hand. I'm like super happy. He's like, "Who wants to read do all of the previous content?" And I'm like, "No." Just dejected.
I mean,
Just because there's a lot.
They are definitely
Like, there's a
adapting
shitload.
these stories for that movie.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
So I'm pretty hyped to see all that stuff. Because
Yeah.
the clips I've seen of that movie look fucking sick.
Hell yeah, dude.
Just punching people, them exploding into blood.
I mean, look, you haven't steered me wrong yet with watching all of original Ultra Q, and the payoff was insane. So, when is it? When is it coming out? Is that April?
Yeah, but it's gonna be. That's when it comes out in Japan. It's gonna probably be like another 3/4 of a year or something before we get it.
So we have time to
because
do
Ultraman took a while.
So we have time to do the other Kamen Rider series.
Yeah, I mean that one's basically unrelated, but yeah.
Well, but I gotta get the hype for the character. I mean, I don't have to, but
that one like it's a completely different character. So.
Is it Kamen Rider?
Yeah, it's a Kamen Rider.
Yeah. Just the idea, in the
Sure.
in the series.
Mm-hmm.
He's
got this belt, and he has these little switches that he plugs into them to give him different powers. Very toyetic.
Yeah.
Extremely toyetic.
Yeah. Oh, that's
also
great.
The main character of that one. His goal is to become friends with everyone. So.
Ugh. Wait, is he also a friend of children?
Not children specifically, no. He's a friend to literally every
Well, that's
person.
better. That's a step up. Oh, every person.
Uh-huh. Including the people he fights. If you don't want to be his friend, that just makes him want to be your friend even more.
As the trope dictates, yeah. You gotta.
It's the power of friendship.
I prefer the power of putting your spinning motorcycle wheel against someone's face.
Power of wind.
Yeah.
What about the power of a rocket arm and a drill foot?
What about the power of a rocket-powered asshole?
That's only Astro Boy, sorry.
Damn.
Only Astro Boy was brave enough to shoot a gun out of his butt.
You don't know how Shin Kamen Rider is going to pan out. Oh. Look, that panel was just too good. It would be the ultimate Kamen Rider toy.
Uh-huh.
I am straining my brain to remember the thing I wanted to mention. As just it's leaving me. I'm gonna peek through just a little bit, like at a
Sure.
at a summary, and see if like anything pops for me. I unfortunately do not have the manga on my hard drive currently because I no longer have like a desktop hard drive, so shit's a little dire.
Gotcha. I am holding a physical book.
Son of a bitch. Was it something with Cobra Man? Maybe? Devil Wrestler. It was one of these. It was somewhere there. It was somewhere that
was
early.
it the Centaur with a gun?
It might have been the Centaur with a gun. That was a thing that happened also. It's like losing me.
I like how over halfway through this comic, we get a breakdown of Kamen Rider's powers. Like we get the X-ray page.
Yeah. No, that was I mean helpful, but yeah, it was like real deep into it.
It's like this is kind of late.
I forget how was it introduced as like a oh right, of course kind of deal. Or was it just in there? Because I know there's a few times where they did that, like in the style of old school like comics, where it's like, oh yes, of course, my ray gun, which shoots rays that disintegrate my enemies, but not clothing, or something like super elaborate, weirdly introduced concepts.
Yeah, he starts talking about his second skin and how it's like. It makes him just aware of how frail his real body is. And then, like, the next page is just a fucking X-ray view of him with the full breakdown.
Gotcha.
God, and that page of, like, the fucking skate sharks or whatever.
I don't recall that one.
To like I'll take a photo and send
it. He's done it.
It took sideways, gotta turn it, done. Alright, sending Ben a photo in real time.
Yeah, do it live. Do it live.
There you go. Sending that one.
Oh, yeah, the rays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stingrays.
Yeah, stingrays. Yeah.
With, like, their creepy faces.
And kind of testicle-looking bottoms, yeah.
Yup. They're giant balls.
And like the way their tail kind of connects to their body makes it look like a weird peen.
Like a thin peen.
Yeah, that those pages are great. Actually,
like, it's just very funny. We get the breakdown of his powers after the first Kamen Rider is dead.
yeah, we got like nothing for the first Kamen Rider. Then for the second one, we're getting all of this information.
Yeah. Look, that's how you do it. You got to get the people hooked.
I guess.
Then you can explain shit, because they're invested at that point. They care.
Yeah.
First off, the important thing is karate chopping arms off.
Dude, he
You
had
give
a
the
lot
people
of...
what they want, and then you build the franchise on top of that.
You think fucking Rider Chop is the move? You ignoramus. Rider Jump is clearly superior. I forget what one of them we got. Like, it was like elaborate, but he still said Rider. But it was like, I'm gonna make one up, and it was like Rider 2-leaf wind turbine simulation blade or something. Like, it was super long.
Yeah.
That was great because that was after like 18 Rider Chops.
Well, I'm sure if we had watched the show, I'm sure we would seen even more Rider Chops.
Fuck yeah. I mean, the great part was that the Rider Chop, you get Rider Chop, and it's fucking ridiculous. But then, yeah, he's like chopping arms off. Like, he's fucking annihilating people with it.
He's not fucking around here.
Yeah. You know,
it's not like the enemy's like, not taking visible damage or like
he's not incapacitating
after
him.
No.
Yeah, they're not getting
those
up
arms are
afterwards.
exploding off.
Yeah. But
He
hey,
is strong.
but not strong enough to fight leukemia. Oh,
the fact that they literally
Can't get
forget
over it.
to get a scientist
and then
bring back to solve the kid's leukemia, and then the kid just dies.
and then the kid just fucking dies. Like,
honestly, I just find it funny.
yeah, no,
It's like,
this
yeah,
is
nobody
happening?
cared about this anyway.
You know what I cared about more? That dog. in
Oh, their
Pluto.
Kamen Rider coming back? That was
no.
the important part of that story.
No, the dog,
dog?
in Pluto. Now there was a thing that got me to care.
True.
Side note: I hope they put that in the coming anime, and I hope people aren't ready for it. Get emotionally wrecked.
Looks like it's going to be pretty faithful.
I hope.
The monster anime was incredibly faithful. It's like panel for panel.
You're not gonna convince me yet. But someday.
I mean, it's like 70 episodes, so I understand.
See,
I put it off for fucking years.
Here's the problem, though. We exist in a post Dragon Ball podcast. Like, I need a different excuse.
Yeah.
Like 70 episodes. That's like fucking half of original Dragon Ball. By our timeline, 70 episodes is like a month. Not even. That could be 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Depending on how it breaks down. Or it could be 6 episodes. Who fucking knows? I mean, we would know if we put in the work.
Yeah. I don't know. Dragon Ball is extremely bingeable.
Yeah, it's just super binge. Also, it's light. It's a fluffy show. From what I understand, Monster is kind of the opposite.
It's ridiculous, but not, you're not here to get hyped.
It's grim, isn't it?
People are, there's bad stuff happening.
Yeah, like
There's literal Nazis.
yeah. I mean, yay. That's what I like in my content.
I mean, they get killed. It's fine.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean,
Shocker's basically cartoon Nazis.
They're not fucking Nazis. They're just trying to turn people into their best selves.
I think they are. I think they literally do get connected to Nazis. I don't think it was in this, but
now that you mention it, wasn't there? I thought there was something. actually.
I think they're just like Hydra.
I thought there was some reference that they made or something, but I can't think of it now that we're on it. But yeah, no, they're yeah, the cartoon fascist.
They're selling hamburgers today. There's like a Shin Kamen Rider tie-in thing. There's like a commercial for like some hamburger place, but it's all shocker themed. I was like, I don't think I want to buy the hamburger sold by the I don't want this Nazi burger. Even if you do cover this entire restaurant in like masking tape, like it's in a spider web, which is what they do. It's like these are not the vibes I want for my food.
Fucking shocker, actively being.
It reminds me of like Disney Stormtrooper marketing stuff.
What, Empire did nothing wrong, man. What'd they do? Employ people?
It's just it's about tailoring your personal experience with the Star Wars unit. Like, you choose your side. Just goes back to the video games where you get to choose light side or dark side based on what you think is cooler.
I mean, how
it's
is
just
it
flavoring?
It's
not about ideology.
Look, if
It's
you're
about which one has the lightning powers.
Yeah, no fucking shit. It's about which one. Like, if I choose this side, I can like heal people and be a good person. If I choose this side, I can shock this person with lightning and then choke them, throw them up in the air, and eat them off a cliff. What would Kamen Rider do?
I mean, you just be Plo Koon and use electric judgment, which is the lightning powers, but it's good.
Yeah.
But only Plo Koon uses it, I think.
Are there fucking
hoarding that
whatever
skill?
The weird shit they did with in Legends, what they did with Mace Windu, where he like walks the line or whatever, because he the form he uses and the shit he does. Like, you have to love battling and fighting, but obviously that's one slippery slope away from falling to the dark side.
That's why his lightsaber's purple, because it's like half and half.
I mean, like,
it's like blue and
figuratively,
red.
Sure, but not literally. Unless he's got.
I mean, literally, it's because Samuel Jackson wanted to stand out.
Yeah, I mean, that's that. Yeah, there's a variety of reasons.
Like, there he is in a big group shot. You can tell where he is.
Look.
Do you know what? That's a great reason.
It is a great reason. I am sad that we're no longer in a point. Well, I guess Rey did have like a yellow lightsaber at the end of Rise of Skywalker. But there was a period there in Legends where like you could have orange and yellow, like you could have red adjacent lightsabers and not be an evil person. Like, they were just colors and there were like differences between shit. Red was still reserved, obviously. Can't taint that shit. But where's the orange at, you know? Orange is fine.
So Mandalorian's all about that dark saber.
That dark saber. I mean, that's a cool, like, if I was a kid.
Yeah, it's cool.
If I was a fucking kid, I'd be all over that shit. A black lightsaber.
Ahsoka has white ones, right?
Ahsoka has 2 white lightsabers.
2 white ones.
Would you like to know their origin?
They're like purified red ones, right?
That is what, yeah, if you purify, I mean, for those who don't know, to get the red lightsaber as a part of the becoming a Sith now, you have to basically crack a kyber crystal
You make
which
a Kyber
is
crystal bleed.
make it bleed, which is
Grrr.
like kind of edgy, but also it gave us the really cool shit from Star Wars Dark Lord of the Sith comic, so that's fine by me. And then they made, I think Ahsoka is like where that started. The idea that like you can purify that cracked, bleeding Kyber crystal, and as a result, it becomes white because it's purified now. That was a good novel. That was a good book.
That's the one they ruined in Tales of the Jedi or whatever, or they just changed it enough that you didn't like it.
They just hyper shortened it,
Yeah.
and like not the cool parts, like the lame parts. But whatever.
Not the parts you liked, the parts that you didn't
I'll
care
be
about.
real. It was like the whole idea of lightsaber and like her past as a Jedi and like someone who helps people is just woven throughout the entire novel, and they really remove the lightsaber elements as like the object that she's kind of going back to and like in the back of her mind, because she doesn't have a lightsaber for a long time. Yeah, I just thought it was very well done in the novel.
Okay.
Yeah. But whatevs. Darksaber though. Is it? Yeah, Darksaber.
Yeah. It exists.
I mean, I actually don't know if that was a thing from Legends. I thought that was
Clone Wars, wasn't it? It's from Clone Wars.
Yeah. I suppose, yeah.
Because isn't it like it's specifically tied into Mandalore?
Yeah, whoever
Like,
has it
literally,
is like
it's
the
like-
ruler.
yeah.
Man, that's why people were
Yeah,
joking.
that's all
Like,
Clone Wars shit.
there was like in Clone Wars, like, remember that stormtrooper who ruled Mandalore for 30 seconds? 'Cause he fucking shot someone. Oh, I think the closest thing, because I forget when Clone Wars started, but I didn't watch it at all. I mean, I had no way to watch it because like I was on shit internet and we didn't have cable or satellite or anything. So
You didn't go to the movie theater to see the premiere movie?
I did on opening day with my friend actually.
Oh, so there you go. You
I
did
saw
watch
that.
Clone
I
Wars from
saw
the start.
that.
You were there.
I was there 3,000
Day one.
years ago.
I was in a movie theater when
My-
that movie was there, and I was like, I don't need to watch that.
My friend was real jaded about it, and I was like, I don't know, it was fun. Like, whatever, it's for kids. Like, kids. Like, it was fine.
Yeah.
But I wasn't, like, super... The theater was empty for a reason. There was nobody there, and that made sense. But the thing, I don't know if Darksaber was a thing before Clone Wars. I don't know if that was, like, a concept or whatever. The closest thing I found that I love that concept was in Star Wars Force Unleashed. You have all the different lightsaber colors, and one of them was that, like the black with a white glow or whatever. And I thought that was the coolest fucking thing because I was an edgy teen. So
Yeah. It also it like looks like an actual sword in Mandalorian at least.
yep.
Like it
that's
doesn't
the
just
deal.
go to the soft edge. It like looks like a blade.
Yeah. I would assume, well, because it's like really old, right? Like that was their thing with the Jedi and all that shit. If it's old enough, because like, again, I don't know what they've established in canon, but like Jedi used to have like the lightsabers that looked like swords, which were cool,
Oh.
I think. Yeah.
I've never seen any other lightsaber that looked like that. So
I only happened to see it because my library in my hometown had like a smattering of random ass Star Wars comics, and I would check them out on loop. And one of them was about like the super old Jedi and stuff, and they all had those, and I was like, this is fucking cool. They're bad. It was like they didn't have any of like the stuff building up to all of this like giant battle between Jedi and Sith. They just had the one with the battle. So I was,
oh hell yeah.
yeah. I had no idea what was going on, but I'm just in it for the ride. Oh, it was so
life.
good.
That's living.
Yeah, man.
It's a good way to be.
And now I'm here reading comics. I'm right in the thick of it. I read Black Metal. Is that the name of it?
Dark Knights.
God damn it. I was going to say dark metal, and I'm like, that. Every time I think of it, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. But yeah.
We haven't done the sequel story.
Wait, is it actually black metal?
I think it's death metal. Dark Knight's death metal, yeah.
Oh, so I just keep turning it into the genre I want. I see. Instead of the genre I don't like.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's pretty funny. I really thought the second one was black metal.
Batman, he's the Dark Knight.
Well, he's not the Death Knight. That's a wild
the Dark
thing.
Knight. It's Dark Knight's
Dark
metal.
Knight's metal. That makes sense.
And
Why
then
death
I
metal?
haven't read death metal. I don't know why it's called death metal.
Damn it!
I
Follow
don't
up
know.
on it. We got to read death metal now.
All right.
Oh no. What have I done? I mean, I'm not opposed at this point. At this point, like, you know, hit me with whatever.
Yeah. I've got the book. I think it's still shrink wrapped.
Unbelievable. Man,
Saving it for a special occasion.
Yeah, like when we read it.
Yeah.
My copy of Beowulf arrived. Got my other
Nice.
books. You know, not buying physical books, which means I'm going to buy a couple physical books.
Oh yeah. You can build up enough, just enough that it'll be annoying when you move.
I mean, I already have that. Even just the Beowulf editions. Like at this point, there's like 16 of them. Which I think if you're moving on like by ground, like that'd be fine. But
Yeah.
country to country, it becomes a real bitch.
Yeah. You want. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, Beowulf was because it's Beowulf. That's an exception to every rule. But
Yeah.
the other
Things
couple
you actually really care about.
yeah. Man, what a good thing.
And if you have any other stuff that you care about less, you can just get rid of it if you know.
Yeah. Like admittedly, I want to say 36, between 36 and 40 books of the Warriors Cat series. Like, those can be donated. I don't need them.
Yeah.
That's e-reader material.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, at this point, aside from Beowulf, at this point, I would say if I'm getting stuff, probably, like, the other books I grabbed were, like, to support the author. Like, I pirated those books, and I liked them enough that I bought them. So.
Sure.
But, like, man, fucking rip, though. I was getting ready to buy Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
It was going to happen. That's way too many books to deal with internationally.
Yeah. That's not a small amount of book.
No, even just for, like, the original series, it's not.
Yeah.
And now, you know, done Super and everything. Like, got to get it all.
True.
Then all of Sailor Moon, Athena, fucking Rose of Versailles, Pluto.
I don't
too
feel the
much.
need to own the Utena manga. I just don't like it that much.
Did I say Athena?
You did.
Oh. Well, fuck it. I said it. Now I gotta do it. Man of my word.
I have it on DVD, but
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
It is wild to me, like, that this only came out in print in English recently.
Yeah, that's I assumed it would have been a thing from like a long time ago. Cuz yeah, like I know it's popular as all hell. Like it's not like we're dealing
Yeah.
with a niche thing. Yeah,
Well,
a
it wasn't.
USA translation published on January 4th, 2022. Good lord.
Yeah.
That's hella recent.
Well, because like they did when they brought the Kamen Rider show over here, they did the Power Rangers thing with it, and it was Masked Rider, and they just used whatever
Sure.
a recent Kamen Rider show, I think. But
Yeah.
that it just wasn't popular here, so then it kind of just went away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like it never took off here. Apparently, original like Kamen Rider got really big in. I've heard it was like it got really big in Hawaii.
Huh.
It's an
Interesting.
anecdotal thing I've heard. But
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Big if
they were
true.
getting the real shit.
Yeah, that makes sense. You mean getting the full version of a thing is better than just like random shit?
Sometimes.
I feel like most times.
Sure.
Do you, I guess if the show's been going on forever, I assume there's a shitload more manga for it.
That
Or is that-
I don't think there's as much. I think there's way more show than there is manga.
Yeah. Wonder if we do a, let's see, manga, Kamen Rider manga and books. This is a lot. Oh, and
I'm
books
sure
that are
there's-
like novel.
Yeah.
What is this? Have you ever seen the Kamen Rider?
Like
No
next
synopsis.
on production order, it just goes into these. Okay, so it was like running in like it was running in something called TV Magazine.
Hell yeah.
But I think this is all Ishinomori, the original creator, did. It looks like it then Mitsuru Sugaya is doing this next stuff. And I wonder if this stuff has even been like this stuff probably hasn't even been translated.
It seems like that is probably the case, yeah.
Because to my chagrin, old manga, fucking fan translators have no time for it. Too much new manga to get to. No time for old classics. Old and busted.
Yeah. I wonder, that
Even
is,
stuff from like beloved creators.
I mean, look, for all of the, I'm going to get potentially controversial on you for a second. As wonky and Wild West as AI is right now, that's one of the things that like hopefully can be improved, right? Like it's one of the good things. Like imagine being able to like have a program that you slap a page of manga into and it's able to translate it like perfectly or at least good enough to get what's going on and all that.
I am doubtful it will ever really be good enough, but sure.
I think that's that's very strong. In your lifetime, like you're old, so maybe not. But for me, like I might have a shot. I don't know.
think it's ever going to be good enough. But.
I mean, like, because like Google Lens is a thing. Like that detects. I mean, just the other. What were we looking at? Just the other
Yeah, but
day.
Google Translate still sucks.
Depending on the language.
It's because there's like writing has character to it that I don't think AI is good at. handling
yet.
I
But
just
yeah,
don't think
no,
it's ever, because it's like what it's built on is parodying stuff. I mean, like it could be fine for like simple stuff. Like Kamen Rider's not like like complicated
well,
writing, right?
it's like anything else that
But the problem is, like, a lot of it is like puns and weird wordplay shit that I don't know that an AI is ever going to be good at handling. And like a lot of writing in terms of that stuff is coming up with fucking like new jokes, because you need something to fill that
I mean,
space, because like what was there doesn't translate.
I mean, for what AI is now, like, I think it's just a matter of feeding it enough shit. At the very least, I think it would be able to get to a level where you can maybe get some of, like, yeah, like even if I have a good an accurate translation that's lacking character, I could do my best to look at like Toriyama stuff or something, if it's a Toriyama thing, or like whatever translated material we have. I could do my best to emulate that character. I don't know any fucking anything if I'm like missing a joke somewhere. So like that would be lost. But
Yeah, I just
like,
there's stuff
readability.
that'll I think it just never, like comedy in particular, I think is gonna be extremely. I don't think they'd ever manage it. Drier stuff they could probably.
They just need more content,
probably.
man. It's a matter of time.
I don't think so. I think there's limits to that stuff,
Nah.
because it is just parroting what it's stuff it's seen. It's not because, like, if you have a joke that's a kind of wordplay that doesn't exist elsewhere or whatever, because you've made up words or something, or like puns that you're doing that are like wrong, it's just always just going to be a little weird.
Yeah. I think it'll get there.
And it's never going to be as good as like actually writing.
No. Now, and if it is, that's like so far removed from now that who gives a shit? That ain't gonna affect me at all.
It's different technology than the technology they're using.
Yes.
Currently.
At that point, it is. Yeah, you're correct. At that point, it's a different thing. Because like right now, it's really machine learning, right? Like it's not an artificial intelligence.
You're just giving it an input, and then it's
yeah
regurgitating it. It's a parrot.
Yeah, which is like cool and fine in many ways, but just even a raw translation for stuff would be better than nothing, depending on the thing. Like there was a old manga I wanted to check out because it was about sumo. It's like a dude gets fucking picked to be a sumo wrestler. He's like a big strong farm guy or whatever. Do I have like a great love of this? Like, no, it's not written by anyone I'm attached to, blah, blah, blah. Like, but I'd like to be able to just read it and know what's going on aside from pictures. So for that, just give me the dried, accurate, but not great translation or whatever.
I mean, I can just watch. I've literally just watched that Godzilla puppet show with no subtitles.
Yeah,
before they started translating it. I would just watch it because that's such simple Japanese that, like, at that point, these aren't. Oh, until later, the plots get weirdly involved later. There's like lore and stuff, but that's
great.
They bring back the scientists from the first movie. There's stuff happens.
Is this and that's the different? That's not the one that got subtitles recently, right?
No, it does. That has subtitles now.
Okay.
That's on the.
That's okay.
That was they did that one first, and having now like done multiple seasons of that, they finally also started that other one where they had like vinyl figures.
Yeah.
That's like even lower budget.
Well, that one is that shit's just you don't need the language.
And those, yeah. But yeah, if the material I'm watching is like literally teaching kids about counting, then I can probably
Yeah, no, that's
like the
Give me
Godzilla
some-
Island cartoons.
give me some fucking
They're
credit.
like doing
Damn.
basic arithmetic.
Yeah, and like learning how to be friends.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I am.
I think that's podcast.
Yeah.
Salt Circle Podcast, gmail.com. Salt Circle Pod on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at Comic Panels.
I'm not on Twitter, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm interested in doing some more Kamen Rider stuff. I don't think I could go deep on it like Godzilla or something, but I'm ready to see like more people get stabbed. See arms flying off.
Forza does not have this level of hyper violence.
I assume,
unfortunately,
but you know,
but it is
other
delightful.
fun things. Yeah, yeah.
I would compare it more to the good parts of the live action Sailor Moon show
Oh,
than anything.
ooh. Say no more. That's a high comparison, my dude.
It's really good.
That's nice. Does it get shitty like Sailor Moon?
No, that's
Ooh,
the thing.
nobody's dad beats them? That's crazy.
It stays upbeat and fun.
Amazing. I didn't think it could be done.
They don't lose the thread.
Oh, that's I'm excited to do that now. This got me hyped to like do a little bit more.
Yeah, and we're ready for Shin Kamen Rider whenever that
Most
happens.
importantly, yes.
Emergency,
Yeah.
stop. Shin Kamen Rider, drop everything.
Yeah.
But so I'm just glad to have that out of the way
Absolutely.
as much as anything. I think I'm going to try and watch some of the show, but I don't know when I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Because also I kind of don't want to do it.
Yeah, I have no strong desire to do that.
It's like the same way I want to watch Ultraman original,
Oh, that's such
but
a
also I don't.
yeah.
Anyway, peace.